Weather brings dangerous conditions, and exposure can lead to things like hypothermia or frostbite. To be safe, doctors say limit your time outdoors and wear appropriate clothing.
We don't normally see this level of cold weather, so it's something we don't always think about in our area. But it is important because when we do see these drastic changes, people can get exposure and just not even realize that we're putting ourselves at risk.
And for more signs and symptoms of hypothermia and frostbite, just visit KNOE.com.